Greetings from an airport. We're about to board our flight. It looks like, oh, yes, so we're in Lima's airport in Peru. They search your bags before you get on, so we're about to go through that. And then once we're on the plane, we have a long flight all the way back to the United States.
And you wanted to talk about flying with a baby.
Yes, so here are our thoughts on it. We're not too concerned about crying babies, at least he's under 6 months, and I think babies under 6 months don't really cry a whole lot on planes.
Unless they
just
have
chill.
college, I guess.
Unless, yeah, I mean, if your baby always cries, they're gonna cry on a plane. If your baby doesn't usually cry, probably not gonna cry on the plane that much. There were some things that I didn't expect though, and I think the worst thing about being on a plane. Well, no, so the best thing is the special treatment. Everyone's, oh, you want more blankets? Look at the baby, and you know, you sit behind people and you start profusely apologizing, and I'm sure they're just being polite, but everyone's like, no, it's fine.
Two basic options with traveling with a kid. You can have them sit in your lap.
Yes.
Or you can pay for an additional seat and use like a car seat. We've never done that. I don't understand the point.
Well, okay, so some airlines, like Latam, for example, if you fly in business class, you actually have to buy an extra seat for your baby. Whereas other airlines, if you're flying in business class, you can pay an extra fee, or maybe no fee at all aside from airport taxes and other taxes to have your baby on your lap. I don't know of any economy flights where you are not allowed to have an economy baby in your lap. It's just business class babies. It can get a little expensive. But here's an interesting thing. So we're CEOs of a travel agency, Travel Max, and one thing that we learned the hard way when helping other passengers travel with their babies is you really need to let the airport or your airline know ahead of time if you are flying with an infant and you haven't yet notified them of that.
You can't just show up with one.
You can in some cases and add them to your ticket and pay the taxes, which we've done before. But here's the thing. Some countries, and I think some airlines, have policies about the number of infants that are allowed on a plane.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe because if they crashed, it would be.
Yeah,
it would be too sad. You know, it's just too sad.
That's what they're doing. I'm sure that's the reason for the policy.
So,
they don't want airplane crashes to be too sad.
Yeah. So we have had issues in the past where customers of ours traveling with infants added their infant or wanted to add their infant at the airport at the last moment because, I don't know, babysitter falls through or they need to be on a different flight. And the airline has said to them, I'm sorry, we've reached our maximum number of infants on this flight. Tough luck. So
you can only fit so many infants in an overhead compartment.
It's true, it's so inconvenient. So please do prepare and make sure that the infant is added to your ticket. What I don't like the most about having an infant, a lap infant, on a flight is diaper changes. Now, no airline attendant or passenger, really anyone on a plane, is going to tell you to change your baby's diaper at your seat. They're going to say go to the bathroom. There are a couple of problems with that. One, airplane bathrooms, nothing on an airplane is clean. And if you're afraid of disease and viruses, airplane bathrooms are like your hell, and they're my hell. I've tried to use changing tables in airplane bathrooms in like the nice parts of airplane bathrooms, you know, the business class areas. It's not pretty, Malcolm.
No.
Oh God, I mean, nothing is clean. Wiping down surfaces is not really that effective from a, like, if you just think, oh, well, I'll just disinfect it all. Nah, it doesn't really make a big difference. It's just a bad idea. If you have to do it, what I've done before is taken the plastic that is wrapped around, ideally large airplane blankets, maybe, you know, whatever economy one you get to.
And you put it over his face.
And I put it over the changing table in the airplane bathroom. And that way at least you have it entirely covered with plastic surface.
You're so resourceful, Simone.
You gotta make it work. So that's my one pro tip. But my other pro tip is, honestly, usually because there's a long line for the bathroom, your baby just had a blowout, there's poo everywhere.
Is that a word you made up, or do people know what a blowout is?
No, blowouts, I think that's a parent term. I learned that in the hospital, so it has to be a parent term. So what do you do then? Just change the diaper at your seat. It is totally possible. Ideally, you have a partner sitting on your other side and you're in a window seat. So they kind of like block the view of everyone else. And then you very quickly set the baby sideways on your lap and quickly change the diaper. Again, you can use the either one of the vomit bags in your seat back pocket, or the bag of maybe your partner for his blanket to dispose of the diaper if you don't have bags with you. And you should always travel with trash bags. Ideally the anti-stink trash bags. But changing diapers in plane seats is not as bad as you would think. So I guess the top tips are be resourceful about...
look up front, use Travel Max all the time.
Yes, use our travel agency. We got you covered, even when stuff goes wrong. Like that couple that had trouble getting their infant onto a flight, they got sorted. And
you made a few calls
we
to the
had
right
their
people
oh no,
on
yeah, it was on a
American.
weekend, like early on a Sunday morning. 3 of our VIP team members were on it, myself included. So no, we have your back if you're booking. But in general, be resourceful about using any sort of bag or plastic or covering that you can when you have to set your baby on any surface other than your lap, and hopefully you're wearing like freshly washed clean pants. Don't worry about your baby crying. If they don't usually cry, they won't cry a whole lot. Use all the special privileges that you can, including priority lines at TSA check-in, but also in airlines right now. You can see we're about to get on this flight over here. There's a lot of people, but we're getting in the priority line and we'll get on
You'll have
hopefully
so
earlier.
much coronavirus at the end of today.
And then keep in mind that there are some weird rules when booking with airlines. That with some airlines you can't just have a lap baby. You have to buy an extra seat if you want to be in business class. But flying with a baby in economy is not so bad. So for those parents out there who fly a lot with their babies, safe travels. And for those who don't, Godspeed.